once again to Twins Talk with Senor Smoke, brought to you by Gordie's BP, auto repair and towing 7 days a week on Huff Street in Winona. Hi, I'm Landon Evanson with Juan Berenguer, set to join us momentarily to chat about David Ortiz, Minnesota's banged-up rotation, and the influx of elite Cuban players throughout the majors this season. But first, remember to keep an ear out for the Berenguer Word of the Week. Submit that word to SENORSMOKE at hbci.com to be entered into a drawing for a set of 4 tickets behind home plate for the Twins-Royals game on August 17th at Target Field, courtesy of Fox Sports North. And with that, we bring in El Gasolino himself. Juan, how are you today, amigo?
Yeah, it's good. Everything is good, and I'm glad that this weekend is ending because the Twins kind of have a rough time.
Yeah.
And they got on the road, and the big thing is win yesterday, and it's nice to see win one before they go to end the road.
Yeah, it's always good to get that win before you head on the road, especially against the White Sox. No one's going to argue with that there.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay pitcher Chris Archer had some things to say about David Ortiz over the weekend. Now, Big Papi's been one of the best hitters in the game for a long time, also one of the most respected. And while Archer has shown himself to be a solid young pitcher, do you feel that younger players are speaking out more these days toward things they don't like when veterans do them, as opposed to the old days? Even though Archer's not a rookie, the old phrase of rookies are to be seen and not heard.
Yeah, it used to be kind of different because when I used to pitch and you see Reggie Jackson or Les Smith and all the big guys is coming, you kind of respect a little bit and I'm pitching away. You don't want to try to come in and hurt this guy because this guy is, he's close to ending his career and you don't want to make it one fastball right in the eyes like that happened to Kerry Packett, and
right.
His reflection is still there, but it's no kind of too younger, especially, and Pride he throw 90 close, and it can be probably hurt him for a while, and especially the Boston, you need Ortiz to continue, and I'm glad they have a base hit to score the no-no that he have that day.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Papi, do you feel David Ortiz is a Hall of Famer? Some people are saying, well, he's kind of borderline. Some people say because of the whole issue with the PED a few years back. But when you think of David Ortiz, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
I think it is good because he has a lot of numbers in there, and he's quite a home run player. He can have a lot of home runs, and he kind of helped the Boston Red Sox to win a couple pennant, a couple champions. He always tried to help the youngers, and he's always in there. And I think he has some quality numbers. He can go in the Hall of Fame someday. I think Ortiz probably have a couple, about 5 years more, like a DH, and probably with Boston or maybe with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And that's our Berenguer Word of the Week. Email Papi to SENORSMOKE at hbci.com to be entered into the drawing for a set of 4 tickets behind the dish for the Twins and Royals on August 17th at 1:10 up at Target Field, courtesy of the fine folks at Fox Sports North. Kyle Gibson missed the start, and Phil Hughes is a bit banged up at the moment. How do you see that affecting the Twins as they embark on a week on the road in Kansas City and Chicago?
Well, they're going to Kansas City is one of the higher teams right now, and they playing great ball, and I think they play really good in there, and I hope so the Twins can wake up, and I don't know how they going in there because the pitcher has been pitching poor, and then see what happened, and then they have a good hitters, and they continue to hit, but they need a more support for the pitcher that we can go longer and keep the game in the line, and then not to be losing and ready 5 or 3 in this first or second innings. I think if they keep the game close, anything can happen. But Kansas City have a good hitter and a lot of younger power ball, and they can hit the ball in any time and then any minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would definitely be nice to see the Twins have a nice week on the road here. They've been struggling a little bit lately. Yeah, I've heard some rumblings here and there with people making comparisons between White Sox first baseman Jose Abreu and Frank Thomas. Now, Big Hurt was just inducted into the Hall of Fame on Sunday, so that's a bit of a stretch. But from what you've seen of Abreu, do you feel he's the real deal at first base?
Well, I saw him play a couple games, and I think that he is really great. To compare, sometimes a lot of people compare, and I think that he's a couple more years, maybe he can be there like a Thomas, and it's when Thomas used to be one of the greatest hitters, and a big guy, and he used to be running good for the big hit hard, and I think it is right the Atlanta, he's a big number and big deal, and I think that he will be good for this guy, and he will be stronger every year, and then see what happens after that.
Yeah, well, as a Twins fan, I speak for everybody. I hope he doesn't get too much better than he already is, because he's already dangerous. Finally, Abreu is from Cuba, as is your boy Tony O. I know you speak with Mr. Oliva quite often. Have the two of you discussed at all the number of impact players in the majors from Cuba right now? I mean, Abreu, Yasiel Puig, Yannis Cespedes, Alexi Ramirez, Aroldis Chapman, each were all-stars this year. How does a place the size of West Virginia keep producing such elite players?
Yeah, and I talked to Tony because Tony have a lot of time and a lot of review with a lot of the guys, and but you see, the thing is not looking like they go after these guys when they get in from Cuba to Mexico, and I think they lost a couple players because they only try to contact Tony, but Tony, he don't have nothing to go against the Twin because, and the only guy that the Twin is really drafted is the second base that who pay a lot of money, and I don't know why, and they don't go after this guy, at least one guy, because he have a lot of Latinos, a lot of Cuban around here, they can put a lot of success for, and I think they should listen to Tony a little bit more, and Tony go every 2 years to Cuba and he find out a lot of who's coming up good and who's think that they're leaving soon, and that way, and I think they should listen to Tony.
All right, well, Juan, that's all I got for you this week. I appreciate you giving me a call. I know it's been a long day for you, so you need to get out there and get some relaxation now.
Okay, thank you to you, and I talk to you on Monday.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. That's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in to Twins Talk with Senor Smoke, brought to you by Gordie's BP, auto repair and towing 7 days a week on Huff Street in Winona. For Juan Berenguer, I'm Landon Evans, and don't forget to submit the Berenguer Word of the Week for your shot at some sweet Twins tickets. Have a good week, and we'll do it up again next Monday.